Perfect.
Fantastic.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Yes, absolutely. And I wanted to say welcome to everyone and thanks for taking the time to be here. And of course, Karen, you are the true expert, and we're so grateful that you share the knowledge with us here. And
oh yeah, always.
I know a lot of you that's on this call, but for I'm Jenny Gilbert. I'm on the Canyon Title sales team. And being in the industry for over 20 years, I know that there's all these changes all the time. We're still learning things, and always here as a resource for you, and would love to connect to see how we can add value to you and your business. So thanks again for being here. And Karen, let's dig in to.
Fantastic. Yes. Thanks, Jenny. Always great to partner with you. And Jenny, yes, is definitely a fantastic resource for all of you in the real estate industry. A little bit of housekeeping. If you do have questions that come up, please hold them till the end. I will carve out some time to do some question and answers. And the reason why I say that is because I may answer it at some point throughout the training. So if we can just hold off all questions until the end, that'll be great, and happy to answer any of them at that time. This is my first presentation, first time doing this on Canva. So I'm not really 100% sure how slow or how fast this is going to go. But hopefully I'll have about a good 30, 40 minutes of information for you so that you can take lots of notes and then have time for question and answers as well. I think someone might not be muted. So if you are, if you could please make sure that you mute yourself, just so that there isn't any interruptions in that. All right. So that being said, let me go ahead and launch into this presentation here. I think most of you are familiar with me, but if you're not, I am Karen Liz Albert, and I am the owner and founder of a company called Behind Your Curtain. Started it 13 years ago, which I cannot even believe. But, you know, blessed to have had the opportunity to work with thousands of real estate professionals, helping them to learn how to effectively and strategically use things like social media so that they can really feel like they have a good handle on how to utilize those tools to stay very present and really work on dominating a particular community that they really want to show up in front of. And then I also am the founder of Social Media Success Academy, which has really grown to be quite an effective coaching program for real estate professionals as well. All right, so enough about me. I'm here for you. Today's agenda is going to cover these topics, just kind of going into Canva and helping you understand and navigate the layout. And then I'm going to work on helping you understand how to use the templates that are available to you for things like Facebook posts, Instagram posts, and Reels. And then I also want to show you some examples of what you can do to create what we call your branded posts. So these are things that are going to have your headshot, your logo, your contact information, your branded colors, and then also how you can kind of utilize some of the folders and organize some of your work and stuff that you're doing in Canva. All right, so let me hop over to Canva now. Can you all see the Canva? Thumbs up? Yep, cool. Okay, so the first thing that I do want to highly recommend is one, get a Canva account, sign up for it. I also do recommend that you do sign up for their paid premium program. It is only $24.95 a month, but it unlocks a lot of features that you absolutely want to have access to. And everything that I'm going to be showing you today is a part of what is available in the premium package. So highly recommend that you upgrade to the premium. So when you are in Canva, it's Canva without the S, right? So it's like you have a blank slate, a blank canvas that you can really think about creating so many different types of things. Business cards, flyers, print products. They actually have print. I have created my business cards in Canva and had them do the printing and send them to me. They do really good work. I feel like their fees are very reasonable and comparable. But so pretty much anything like presentations, anything you think that you need, you have the ability to create them in Canva. For purposes of today, I'm just going to focus on all of the tools that you have available for you for social media. So the icon here in the middle, which is social media, I'm going to click on that because now that is going to pull up in our view all of the things that we have available for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And if you scroll down, you can see that it's giving you all of the Canva templates for Instagram and for Facebook and for LinkedIn. So to start off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start off with a basic Facebook post. So when you click on the Facebook post landscape option, which by the way is the exact required dimension of a Facebook post. So right there, that's eliminating a lot of the guesswork and confusion, right? Like what exactly is the size that I should have on Facebook? Because Facebook size is different from Instagram size. So you definitely want to be using the right dimensions. So when you click on it, it opens up a whole new tab for you and you have a blank, perfectly sized canvas, right? So you can start from scratch and create your own if you want to, or you can use a lot of the templates that they have available for you here. Some of the options that you have here on the left-hand side, design is where you're always going to find all the different templates that you can work with. Elements are things like lines and circles and graphs and stickers. Brand hub is if you have your own brand, you can create your brand hub here, and then you can utilize your brand hub when you are editing your graphics. So it automatically pulls in all of the things you're adding according to your brand colors. Again, this is a new thing that's been rolled out and it is only available for the premium. If you're uploading any of your graphics, so JPEGs, PNGs, they did also just recently add that you can upload PDFs as well. So that's a new thing. And you can also upload videos. And then when you're adding text, you want to draw projects, I'll get into a little bit, but that's where you can organize your information. Lots of apps that you can activate. Photos that you can use from their library. You can add music, you can add their videos, and I'm going to touch on all of these for you as well. So lots of things on the left-hand side that you have access to play around with. But going back to the design, so let's say that you are wanting to do a post for a new open house. You can search in the search box, and let's say it's an open house. You can click on open house, and it's literally just pulling up all of these templates that you now have available to you to then add your own content and your own graphics and your own colors. So let's say that we just want to use this first basic one that shows up here. I'm going to click on it. It automatically populates it into the square, fits perfectly in there. But you have your own picture of the open house that you would like to use. And so what we would do is we would go over to our uploads. So let's assume that you have uploaded a file, an image of this property directly from your computer. And then if you see it visible, once it's uploaded, it'll be under the images. If you've got videos, you can click on videos. And then if you want to replace the picture that you're seeing here with your picture, you can click on it, but it's going to kind of just pop it into the middle of the picture. And that's really not what we're wanting. We want it to be behind and replace that picture. So I'm going to click the undo up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and drag it. And so I'm going to wait until I see it pop in. Did you see that? It's like popping in over that picture. So now this is the picture of my property. And I have the ability also to edit any of the other layers that are on here. So if I want to change the color of the layer, if I wanted to change the font of the text, the color of the text, any of this stuff. So whenever you click on an element, it surrounds it with the white dots on the side with a box. So that's how you know that any of the editing you're doing is going to be to that particular element. So if I wanted to change the color of this box element, I can see everything up here is where I can edit this particular element. So if I wanted to change the color to something of a different gradient, it also actually recognizes the photos that are in, the colors that are in the photo. So you could also select from other colors in the photo as well. If you want to pick your own and you have a what's called a hex color, you can actually type it in or copy and paste it in up here, and then it'll change it to be that particular color. You can also pick from a whole other slate here. They've got some, gradients down here that you could use. If you want to do your own, you can click on this plus sign. Oops, let me actually go back up. Click on this plus sign, and now you can kind of pop around here or go down to the gradient row down at the bottom. And then anytime you make a mistake, just keep hitting the undo, and it'll take you right back to where you were. You'll also notice that this is kind of transparent. So that's actually this guy right up here, transparency. So if I made this closer to 100, that's dark. This is light, so I can adjust the transparency. Also, if you are finding that you're adding layers, but it's blocking something and you want it to be behind it, then that's the position. So you click on position and you want to bring it backwards or forwards. So that's going to adjust where it positions itself. And also the font is up here. So you've got lots of fonts that you can choose from and pick from as well. You can search for particular fonts. And then also if you want to change the color of the fonts, the size of the fonts, everything up here is pretty traditional in terms of, editing of text and all of that up there as well. And then you just change the text and whatever it is that you want. And if you're not happy with that template, then just go back up to design and just pick a different one. And it'll literally just replace what you've been working on. And then you can go from there. Sometimes when I'm working on and I like one, but then I'm like, maybe I want to see what another one looks like, I'll just do add a page. And now I'm going to be working on two. So then I can click on that one. And then I can maybe, play around with more than one to see which one it is that I like. But then when I'm done with it and I'm ready to have it as a PNG file that I want to add to my social media, then I can go to the share. And then you see the download option right here. And you want to make sure that it's set to PNG because that is the recommended file type for social media. And then you just click the download, and then that's going to download it straight onto your computer. One of the things you might also want to do is give it a file name specifically. So for right now, up at the top, you can kind of see that it's saying untitled by default, untitled Facebook post. So let's say that I wanted to put this open house, Jackson Street, and then I could put this as a Facebook post. Because remember, this is perfectly dimensioned for Facebook. And then if you want that same file name, then go ahead and download it after you've changed the file name. Now, the thing to remember is, let's say that this is also something that you want to add to your Instagram. So you don't want to use this dimension on Instagram. What you want to do is you want to have this one resized for the Instagram size. And if you're on the paid program, then what you can do is go up here to the resize, and it's going to say, okay, what do you want to resize it to? And so I'm going to pick Instagram post. Now, if I just clicked resize, it's actually going to change my Facebook to a different size, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click copy and resize. And so when I do that, it's going to open up an entire new tab. So it's maintained my Facebook post that I did, and now it's created a new tab. And you'll notice also that in the name up here, it actually added in brackets Instagram post. So you could, update that and then get rid of where it says Facebook. But this is now the exact same. This is the exact dimension that you want for Instagram. Sometimes when you get one resized, it might be that, like this picture, if you can see, there's a lot of kind of brown border, and I would like to see more of this, the view. So if I double click on the picture, it kind of opens it up for me to move it, drag it around a little bit, or let's say that I want to zoom in. So there's not so much of this border on the top. So I can grab it like this and then kind of move it. So I have less of that. So these corners allow you to grab in, stretch it, pull it back in. And then you can see that we've adjusted the size of the background. So sometimes when you resize things into other social media dimensions, it moves things around and you might have to adjust them just a little bit in that sense. And then some other things that you have available to you also is if, let's say that you're working on some graphics and you would like for someone else to have the ability to access and work on them as well, in the share option up here, you can add other people to have the ability to edit this particular, or if you want them to just view it, you can change the access to just view. The thing is that when you do add people, you will need to know their Canva email. So the email they use to log into their Canva. And then they'll get an email from Canva, and then they'll have the ability to click on that link in the email and see it. You can also send them a link to it if you want to email them. And then you have different options of what they have the ability to do when you do that as well. And then you've got the download. Now, Canva does have a scheduling option. I haven't used it recently. I used it when it first came out, and it was not that efficient. It kind of was a little buggy. And the one thing that I have noticed, though, is that it still doesn't give you the ability to do a lot of the things that the Meta Business Suite does, like creating a single post and pushing it out onto multiple. This is kind of a one at a time sort of thing, but you guys can play around with it if you want to give it a try. That step, obviously, if you use their sharing schedule tool, then that would just mean that you don't have to download it to your computer, that you could just leave it in Canva and then schedule it out. And the other thing I'd like to note is that, and I do recommend getting the Canva app on your phone because you use the same login for the desktop as you do on the app, and you'll have access to all of the same features and all of the designs that you've created. You'll have access to those on the Canva app as well. And it is a little bit easier to push things out from the Canva app directly to the social media platform. So that's an option as well. All right, so that's Facebook and that's Instagram posts. Now, the next thing that I want to show you how to do is how to build Reels. So Reels are the kind of short and sweet videos that are getting the most preferential treatment by the algorithm right now. So if you are wondering, should I create a video or should I create a reel? Absolutely create it as a reel. And the wonderful thing is Canva has all of these awesome reel templates for you to utilize. So when you are back on your Canva home, and make sure you're on social media, scroll down to the Instagram section, and there's an Instagram reel right here. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to open up a new tab. And again, it's just a blank canvas. So reels are short videos, right? And you can tell that because you've got the reel, you've got the video play button there. So there's a couple of ways that you can use the reel templates, and there's different kinds of reel templates. There are templates that allow you to use, just the ones that are single videos, so where you can just pull and drop in your video into it. Or there's ones where you can use a what's called a multiple video pieces in one video. So for example, if I click on this one, you'll see that there's 5 different video pieces that will comprise one big reel. So I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to show you kind of how you can do sort of the first one, which is just finding a single reel and then adding your video straight to that. So this one right here that says just listed, I'm going to click on that, and you can see that all of these are videos because they've got the play. And if I hover over them, they kind of give you the movement to sort of give you a preview of what that video is going to look like. So if I click on just listed, it's now pulled that video into my canvas area that I'm working, and you can see that it's also down here that it's going to play. It's a 10-second video. Reels, the maximum time length is 90 seconds. It's kind of recommended that you do about half of that. If you've got a really long one and you want to make it 90 seconds, that's fine. But 30 seconds is kind of more of the desirable one. So this template is pulling in their own video. So if I play it, you can see that there's a property behind it, and that's not our property, right? So we want to pull in our own video that we've taken of our listing. So we're going to go back to uploads. So let's say that you've uploaded your video into Canva. And this is the video that I want to add to this just listed reel. So I don't want to just click on it because it's just going to kind of pop it right in the middle, right? And that's not what we want. So we need to always make sure that we're dragging and popping it in right on the edge so that it's replacing the video that's behind it. So this is my video now. It's a little bit longer. It's almost 30 seconds. But if I hit the play, now you can see my video is running behind it. And all of this other text in here is available for you to keep, edit, change, delete, change the text size, change the color, all of that. You can also change that, and instead of having this guy right here, you can change that with your logo. If you've uploaded your logo into Canva, which I highly suggest that you brand as much of the work that you're doing, for sure. So this kind of side banner, I can change the color of that. If I'm not that crazy about that green, I could make it a softer color. Then that gives me the option to go in and change the text. I can get rid of anything that I want on here. I can even change the size. I want to make it bigger, I want to make it smaller. I can do anything to adjust the information that you see displayed on here. You can even get rid of the banner and add a different element to it. And then the other thing too is right now, there's no music, there's no audio to this video, but if you want to add music to it, you do have that available to you in Canva as well. So if we scroll down on the left-hand side, you'll see audio. Oh, you know what? I think I didn't share with audio. Hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing, then I'm gonna reshare really quickly because I want, hey Penny, I want to make sure that you can hear the sound. So you can hear me singing. I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's recently used ones if you found one, or you can use some other ones that they give you. If you have a tune, something, you know, that you're wanting, you can search for it. You also have some filters up here. So if you're like, I want something upbeat, then it's going to filter it to upbeat. And then you just click on them and it'll give that's just not really what I'm looking for. Then you go down to the next one. Or, you know, you can basically just find whatever one it is that you want to work on and play with. I happen to like either one of these, the advertising. So let's say that we like the advertising. I'm going to basically grab it and drop it, and it's going to fall right down underneath the video there. So you can see when you see the purple underneath, and then if I hit play, can you guys hear it? Yeah, okay. So that's one of the things that I like. And then if you don't like it and you want to swap it with another, these three dots right here give you some options. You can delete it, split the audio, adjust the volume. Another thing that I think is kind of adds a little bit more professionalism to it is if you go into audio effects, you can fade it in or you can fade it out. So instead of it just kind of dropping off at the end, if you click on fade out, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's kind of a gray shadow that's starting to kind of go back and forth right there down at the bottom right here. So that's kind of telling you when it's going to start to fade in and fade out. So I usually leave it at about 2 for that. And then you can kind of see that if I just go towards the middle, you'll kind of hear it, that'll start to fade out. So I just like that a little bit better. You know, it just sort of, it's fading out as opposed to just that abrupt drop off. And you can fade it into whatever it is that you want. And then when you're done, simple, share, download. It's going to automatically download it as an MP4, which is what you need to add it in as a reel to, now the reels you can add to both Facebook and Instagram. There's no dimension adjustments that you have to make for that. So that's how you use kind of the basic one video element, let's say. But let's say that you are interested in using a different one, like this one, that if I click on has 5 different design elements into it. So if I say apply all pages, now it's replaced what I was working on. So make sure that you're done with that if you don't want to be using that other one. Otherwise, if you were like, oops, I wanted to keep that, then hit the undo. And then if you want, just go back over to home and then do a brand new Instagram reel to where you can then, start over again. Otherwise, you'll replace the work that you did. So if we go back into, let's do new listing, and I'll pull this one in. So what I mean by multiple elements in the video is that you'll notice that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sections. So each section kind of has its own kind of layout element to it. This one also does come with its own audio as well. So if I play, you're going to kind of see that the first one has this listing element with it as well. I don't know why the music is sounding kind of choppy, but if you don't like that music, again, go back to the audio, find one that you like. And then what you can do to change this video is back to uploads, go to your videos, and then it's a little bit more labor intensive. It's not like it's going to just drop it into each one and kind of splice it up for you. So you'll have to kind of edit the duration of each one of these different frames. So if I drop this down into the first frame, you'll notice that it's adding the entire video to the first frame. So let's just say that I only want the first frame to be about, a much shorter time. I'm just grabbing the very end and I'm dragging it in. So I'm just going to have about 3 seconds in this first one. And then it's going to go through the kitchen, and then I'll drop it into the second one. And then I don't really want to replace that one. So I'm just going to kind of drag that in. And you can see that the video is actually moving to where I'm adjusting it. So let's say I want to pull it in a little bit farther. And then I'm just going to drag this one. So hopefully this is making sense that you got, because the reason why you can do it is that it's just got different elements that it'll then incorporate into, each component of each frame of the, for this particular reel. So again, I'm going to kind of drag this one forward quite a bit, maybe get into out of the kitchen. Yes. Maybe get in to part of that part, and you can just play around with it. I think you kind of get the hint of what you can do. And the reason why this type of a reel actually seems to be way more popular than the just having one reel is because there are these transitions in between each one. And those are things that kind of cause it to sort of do that, kind of a break in the middle of it. So if I play this, you see now we're going to get a little bit of the kitchen, and then it's so you can also adjust the transitions. If you click in the middle here, the whole transition thing opens up. So you'll see if I click on slide, or if I hover over circle wrap, can you kind of see how it's changing? There's a line wipe. So you can, have a little bit of fun with how you want it to actually make a transition. And each transition in between each frame can be a different one. So you can decide which one you want. So that might be a stack, and then this one might actually be a custom swipe, and then that one could be different. And then the other thing too is when we click on the music, because I sort of adjusted the size, you'll notice that the music is not in the same length. So I'm just going to have to drag it over so that it is covering the same, that it's adding the music to the entire frame as well. And then if you're wanting to look at it like as if it was going to be in real time view, like a preview, you can click up here. There's this play button, and it's giving you the full duration. So this real full duration is 15.3 seconds. So if I click on that, and if you like it, you can click the download from there, or if you want to go back and make any other adjustments to it as well. So I think, utilizing the templates that you have available to you that Canva has been generous enough to create for us, it's really going to take your level of professionalism in what you're producing on your social media to really a whole other level. And it's kind of fun. I mean, I think the most of us really appreciate tapping into our creative side. So that Canva definitely allows you to, to do that with all of these. So spend some time just going into the designs and then seeing what all of the other options are. And again, if you've got house for sale, it's giving you some filter options here, real estate tips, if you wanted to do something, and other things that could work well if you're comfortable with, being on camera, is you can get a ring light that has a holder for your mobile phone and just pop it in there, or you could actually even just be walking around and just do a video or talking about what do you do to kind of keep yourself motivated during the day. It doesn't always have to be just about real estate, or, as if any of you were on my prior presentation of the social media hacks, and we were really talking about getting familiar with your ideal demographic and who it is that you want to attract. And so think about what their interests are going to be. If you're wanting to attract vegans, maybe you do a vegan recipe of you in the kitchen, right? And you can drop anything into these reels and brand them and turn them into anything that you think is going to be adding value, not just all about real estate. Obviously, the goal is to show up on the news feed and get them to actually engage and respond.
And Karen,
Okay.
there's a couple of questions in the chat, and I know we're going to do questions after, but while we're in this the real topic,
yeah,
do you where is the save video function located?
So there is no save button. It's a good question. You can notice up here, right here, if you get a check mark with the cloud, because everything is saved in the cloud on Canva. So this guy right here, it should always say all changes saved. So Canva is constantly saving your work all the time. So anything that you do, like everything that I've just done, you've noticed I never hit a save button. It's just automatically being saved. And then you have access to it when you go back to your home here and you're on your home.
Got it.
Let me go back. It's not actually taking me back home. Hold on. Go back home. So notice somewhere it says the For You.
Mm-hmm.
Everything down here is all my recent designs.
Perfect. And
right?
And the
it just
reel,
hasn't updated with that yet, but yeah.
Awesome. And then the reel, do you get to create these in the free version as well as the pro version?
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure because I don't have the
No.
yeah,
Elaine,
I don't have the free one.
We'll learn that. We'll figure that out, Elaine, and we'll share that.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Here's how you can tell. So if you're looking on my screen right now, the ones that have the crown on them, those are ones that only will be available to you with the paid version. But there are some that don't have the crown.
Perfect.
So no crown will be available to you, with crown not available.
Awesome.
So yeah, play around with it and see what your choices are.
Perfect. I think that was The sound was, but I think that you covered a lot about the
Oh,
different segments. So it
okay.
was just for a brief moment there. So yeah, I think that is good for
Okay.
now with the chat.
I'll stop talking when I'm playing the actual music. I can see how that would be kind of challenging. Sorry. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. All right. So what I want to show you now is how you can create what we call your branded posts. So let me pull up here. These are examples of what I mean by branded posts. And so some of them could be about real estate, but some of them also could be for some of the national holidays that are coming up. And so these are examples of branded posts that we've created for some of my clients for them for all of the 2023 holidays. And so you can see how you can make some really nice professional ones, and using a lot of the templates that they have, a lot of the photos that they have available to you as well. National Spaghetti Day for Alan, dress up your pet day. So let me show you how you can create your own branded. And right now we are in the dimension for Facebook. So I'm going to just do add a page. And let's say that we want to do one for Mother's Day. So I'm going to go over to their photos. Well, one of the things you could do and stay in designs, and you can also go and type in a Mother's Day Facebook post. And here's all of these templates that they have available for you, which I think are lovely. They're really pretty. And so let's say that you like this one. So you'll click on that. It pops it right into the perfect dimensions. And now what you want to do is brand it so that it contains your headshot, your logo, your contact information, maybe some of your specific branding colors. So to add those, what we're going to do first is we're going to go to the uploads, because that's where you should have uploaded your logo as an example. So let's say that this is your logo, and I'm just going to click on it. Every time you add anything, when you click in, it pops it right in the middle, smack in the center, but that's okay because we can move it anywhere that we want to. And we can also drag it, make it a lot smaller. We can put it anywhere that we would like to have on the picture. And then let's say that you want to add your headshot. So I've uploaded I'll just say this is my headshot. I'm going to add that in there. Oh, but this is kind of a bummer, right? Because it's got this black background, and I don't want the black background because that's going to cover up and it's just going to not look very professional. So this is a tool that you have available to you when you want to remove the background of pictures and just have the silhouette. When you are on that particular picture, that element, then you're going to go into edit image. And one of the options is right here is background remover. Now this is only available in the premium paid. So I'm going to click on background remover, and it's going to go in, and its little background remover elves are working away to remove the background. And now we have just my headshot. This is actually Lori. So look at how much better that looks, right? If we had kept it with a black background, that just would not have looked very professional. So we can kind of add her over there. And then if we want to add some text, we're going to click on the text option. You can add the biggest one is a header. You can add a subheading, which is a little bit smaller, or you can add just a little bit of text, or you can also utilize some of the other options that they give you here. So if you're trying to do something that has just a little bit more of a pre-design to it, then you can just click on that, and then that'll pull that in. And again, you have all the options to change, double click on it, change the font, change the size, change the color, everything there. But let's just say that we're just going to go in and we're just going to do a little bit of text. And this is where you can add your phone, add your email, your website, whatever information it is that you want to add. And then again, to kind of position it wherever you want. If you want to drag it, make it a little bit smaller, make it longer, make any of the changes that you want there also. And then it might also be that you're like, well, this doesn't really stand out that much. I kind of maybe like to put maybe just like a little border down at the bottom to have some color that actually kind of helps the text pop a little bit more. So that's where we can go into elements. And then you can go into things like shapes and just kind of pick a shape. And then I want this to be kind of a lot longer and I want it to be a lot thinner. So I'm just going to kind of do this. I'm just going to drag it down underneath. And then again, if you're ever in a position where you're hiding something else behind it, remember, go into position and then you can do backwards, forward. So make sure that she's in front of it as well. If you want it behind everything. And then, you know, if maybe that's not the color that you're really wanting, you can go back in, make something softer. You can make it more transparent. If you want this to pop a little bit more, then you can change the color of that and just play around with it as well. And then, you know, there's all kinds of things that you can do with creating your own branded content for it. Now, when you are on a page like this, where you have a whole bunch of graphics and posts that you've created, if you're done with them all and you want to go ahead and download them, if you were to hit the share download, it's going to do all 5 pages into a zipped file. So if you're not wanting all 5 pages to download, then just click on the all 5 and say, I don't want all 5. I really would just like page 5. And now it's only going to give you page 5 as opposed to getting every single one. Maybe you just want the one that is, you know, the one that you're working on. And then again, just make sure that you have that downloaded in as a PNG for that. Okay, so let's see. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is organizing your work. So on the left-hand side, you can see here that's something that's called projects. So if you want to start creating projects, which I do recommend that if you do have a listing or something, and you want to create all of the graphics for that particular property, then you can create a folder or a project that has that particular name. And then when you are in the edit mode, you can click on projects and it's going to pull up all of the different projects that you have been working on here, as well as any particular folders. So if you create folders, if you go all the way down to the bottom here, these are all the different folders that I've created. So if I want them just all to be in one particular folder. So let me clarify. You can have a project as kind of the umbrella, and then you can have folders under the project. So you could have a folder for your reels, you could have a folder for your Facebook posts, a folder for your Instagram under the project of the actual, you know, property itself. And if you're back on the Canva home, you can also filter on any of your projects or folders as well. And you can see that here on the left-hand side. If you click on projects, then you also have folders, options, designs, and images. And then you can also search up here at any time. So if you're looking for something that you've done and you want to find it, when you go into the search, you're either going to get the default of what they're bringing up for templates, or if you want to see your work, then make sure that you click on projects to see everything that you've completed recently. So that's just kind of the difference between those two. Okay. So that was everything that I wanted to cover. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Did you guys learn something new today? Oh, one thing that I did want to make mention of, if you guys are interested, because I know I get this question a lot, is the other tool that I do have available that I created around the beginning of the year, but it's still available to you, that could help you with creating all of these custom. Give me your attention, baby. I gotta tell you a little something about yourself. I love that song. So this is a calendar that you guys can get. And if you use the Canyon Title promo code, you get 50% off, which drops it down to like $4, I think. And this is really helpful. So if you're like, I would really love to create these holiday branded graphics, but I just don't really know, you know, when is National Cheeseburger Day or Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. This calendar has every holiday in them. So all you have to do to access it is just grab your phone and go into your camera, take a picture of this QR code, and it'll pull up the landing page for you to download that calendar, because now you're like a Canva expert, right? So hopefully you guys are closer to a 5 at this point than most of you that were saying that you were a 2 at the beginning. So let me see if we have, so glad it's recorded. We can rewatch the steps. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Nicole says, yes, thank you. I am excited to try the reels. I've not used those. The calendar is great. Buying now. Awesome. Perfect. Shannon, have some questions. Okay. Do you want to unmute
Yes.
yourself?
Yeah, can I ask you, so I was writing them down
Hi,
as you were
Shannon.
sharing, like we were supposed to. Hello again. Sorry, I know it's like background here.
I want to
Okay.
personally thank you for the review, the testimonial that you gave.
Oh
me.
my gosh, that
That was
was
so-
beyond.
I really, really appreciate it. Anyways,
It was true, every bit of it. I was just telling
Thank
my
you.
team here, I was like, her last one was everything I needed, and this was very helpful too.
Good.
So can you create templates that you save? Not save, obviously, but like, can you create a template and then share it with people?
Yeah.
Okay. How
It's
do
the
you
same
do
as
like
kind of when I-
template mode where like, are there times where you can change just let them put the pictures in and everything else stays the same? Like, I'm just thinking
Oh, I
for like
don't know. Yeah, like
agents
if
or
you can
ops
lock
team.
up, if you can lock certain elements of the
Yeah.
graphic. I don't know. That's a good
Okay.
question.
Okay.
I would play around with
Okay.
it. I'll tell you that just last month, Canva rolled out a crap load of amazing functionality and features that
Okay.
that could be one of the things
Okay.
that you can do. I do know that when you share a graphic with someone and they click on the link, it doesn't automatically take them into edit mode. It gives them the option to edit or make a copy.
Right. It's that little
So,
box. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
but it would make sense if you could lock some features.
And if you had any tricks for like sharing features for the team or marketing consultants, how you do that, because what I find is I have to, it's kind of cumbersome to find like what they've made and then I want to use it. Do you just have your own separate account for people that you support?
Clarify, when you say sharing, are you talking about in Canva?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I know you can click the like shared with me,
Mhm.
but it doesn't automatically like show up. So
Right.
it becomes.
Yeah. So there are you can create teams, and that's what I do with my clients. Is
Okay.
I will have a team and only my clients and my internal team can access
Have access.
the ones that are that. And then everything I do is just in that. So they can't see anything else that I'm doing. But everything that we are working on is
In there. Okay.
that.
And you can have multiple teams within an account.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
That
not
is
sure if there's
helpful.
a maximum, but yeah.
That is helpful. And then the other thing that I run into is naming. Well,
Mhm.
sometimes I copy, let's say I'm doing something for my team of agents and I want to make a copy and a page for each one of them.
Mhm.
When I download it, it all downloads as the same thing. Can you name the pages and
Yes.
download? Okay.
Yeah. So actually, let me show you.
Yeah.
When you are in a project, so like this one, for example, right? So we've got.
Oh, because there's bubble bath and cheeseburger. Yeah.
So here,
Oh,
this is where I would do bubble bath, and then this.
and when you click download.
Each one has its own name.
That's helpful to know too. I did not see that where it says page 1, page 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Those
Yeah.
are my questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
no
much
problem. They're
again.
good ones. Yeah, they're good ones. No problem. Yeah. Any other questions? Penny says, Karen. Yes, Penny. If the video using for real, why don't you just unmute yourself, Penny? Maybe you're in a loud place.
Sorry, I was just in typing mode. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Question for you. If your video has audio in the background, like someone is walking through an open house or a listing and they're talking about what the room is there a way that that audio can go away and be replaced with the music?
Yeah, so when you're in, for example, let me go into this guy. When you are in, oh, this one didn't have background sound. Hold on. I might have to find one that has a background sound for it. Hold on.
Because, you know, sometimes there's a horn
Yeah,
blowing or
there's a
dog
way that,
barking.
yeah, you can adjust audio. You can either just make it quieter or you can delete it altogether. So hold on. Where was the one that I was using that had, I think it was a new listing. This one have music? I might have to find it and show it, send it to you. Don't know if that one has music, or it's got this guy. Let me remove this. I've got to find one that has music in it already. Because that's what you're referring to, right? That it's got a.
Well, I'm
the video
saying
has
for
something in it.
if I'm
Yeah.
uploading my video that I walk through a house.
Yeah. Oh, I think I have one. Hold on. Yeah, so this one actually, I think already has audio in it.
84 West Coastal View,
Yeah.
which sits in the One West Bluff community, which is one of Silicon Beach's most desirable neighborhoods for several reasons.
Where did it go? Oh, maybe it's up here. I know there's a way that you can get rid of the audio. I may have to find it and send it to you because I know that you can. Is that? I don't think that's gonna do it, but let's see if that did it. Okay,
Yes,
so that looks like a way-
but now I want to put music on it.
exactly. Let's go see if we can still get something on there.
I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited about playing with this.
Right?
The rest of my day is shot. Right, Shannon?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so they've added a little guy up at the top where you are able to adjust the volume
Okay.
of what you have and then just add your own audio to it. So
That's
there
great.
you go.
Karen, yeah, this is so helpful. One question I get a lot from clients, the banners that you have or cover photos that you have on Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe you like have a newsletter and you want like a banner on the bottom. Is that something that you can create one and then just resize if you have the pro version to the different platforms?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
It's the same whenever you're in a resize, whatever you're working on.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, if you've got a Facebook header banner and you want that to go to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is very narrow and long versus Facebook is wider. So then you just go, you type up here LinkedIn, and then you'll see not article cover. It's going to be the let me look at banner.
there you go. The landscape, yeah.
Probably the landscape, right? Although.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
And then
you'll
if you
do
have your
copy
own-
resize.
Yeah, if you have your own newsletter, then you can just like pop it in there and, okay, and then
Yep.
save it. Perfect.
Yep. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
One more question. In your post, can you create the links, create links or the website that they are live, or Canva, is that pretty much like a picture? Like if you share something and then can you create that so when the person wants to look at that website, they can click on it?
Yeah, so you can embed a link into a picture. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. And is that is something that you do? Let's say that you're on a,
Yeah. So if you are in a graphic,
yeah,
right? So if
Mhm.
you're anywhere in the picture or wherever it is that you want to add, help me, Shannon, where did we go to do that? Because I know you know how to do that. Is
I've
it
only
elements?
ever done it with a button. So like I would,
With a
I
button?
would highlight the text right here and add a button.
Oh,
Like, let's
yeah.
say you wanted to like add a win a spa day or something. You can
Yes.
go, yeah,
Right.
you
So
can
you
go through
highlight
it,
that
highlight
text.
it, and then that link shows up at the top. That's what I've
Right.
done.
Yep.
got
Yep.
it.
That's how you do it. Yeah.
Simple.
So-
Almost too simple. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Although I'm not seeing the link at the moment.
Right there above it.
Yeah.
It shows up. See the.
Oh, right
two?
there. Duh.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
So then you'll click
And
on
I
that.
do think that I think you have to, I think it has to be downloaded as something specific though, a file type. So I'm just going to put in the link to my, my website.
Okay.
There. So if I can, now I can test it, right? So I can do open link in a new tab. Now it's my website, so I've confirmed that. But if I want to download it with a link, and I only want to do page 5. Looks like you have links in your design. So for links to work, please choose a PDF. Yeah. So that's the challenge with it is the PDFs hold the URL links, but you can't upload PDFs to social media.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that I remember there was some caveat to it.
Got it.
So that's why most images that you see that are uploaded in social media don't have clickable links on them.
No, and then
So
you
the
just
best
do
option
it
is to
on the
just do
top.
it with the caption. Mhm.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And then Irene, hi Irene. So is resizing only available for the paid version? If
Yeah.
you want to go from a flyer to a postcard, for example?
Yeah, it's only available in the paid.
Even if you know the size, you cannot resize it?
No.
Okay,
But I will say this, we did ours and I think it's like $165 a year. So it like worked out to be, I mean, to have all the features that you want
It's
and
so
then be
worth
able
it.
to add your teams to it. I mean, I remember when we were looking over what to cut and what not, it was like, no,
Don't cut my Canva, right?
don't cut my camp.
Yeah.
You
mean, if
know,
you
it's a
think about
little
the
more than
amount of-
$10 a month.
Yeah. And what's your time worth, right?
yes, no,
Your
that's,
hourly rate worth. It's probably more than 185. So
no, that's perfect. Thanks for clarifying that. And then from Penny Ritter, when we don't have, yeah, yes, I agree, Penny. I always want to call Karen. Who do you check for like a good tech support system?
Canva's actually been pretty good. I've been impressed with the support that I've received from them in the past. And they have so many tutorial how-to videos as well. They're in here and they're also on their YouTube channel.
Okay,
Gonna
Yeah.
say anyone who is in their 20s and actively on social media is your tech support.
Yeah, there you go.
I use my broker owner's 2 children.
That's awesome. And oh my God, Nicole, this is awesome. So yeah, a QR code, just like you did, Karen. That's
So simple.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks for that.
That's in the apps. So click on apps and then
Okay.
you have the option to and spend some time looking at the apps that they have available to you, because there's some pretty fun other things that you can add, but there's a QR code right there. And so when you click on that, you literally just put in, again, that's my Behind Your Curtain website, and then create QR code. And it just pops it right in there. So easy. So for you, if you're doing flyers and you have a dedicated website for a landing page, right, for a listing, stick a QR code in the flyer and, people can just, I think the one good thing maybe we could say that came out of the pandemic is people now actually know how to use QR codes, because they kind of like came and then they just sort of, fell off, and people, not a lot of user adoption on that one, but now everybody at every age knows how to use QR codes. So it's a simple way to get people to go to your site from your content. All right, well, it is top of the hour. I don't want to take up any more of your time, but if there's anything else that I can help you guys with, please don't hesitate to reach out. If anybody on here is interested in learning more about my social media success coaching program, Shannon, actually, I have a lot of admins in that program. So it's you getting this kind of stuff from me constantly. So I can shoot an email out to everybody on here as well with information about that program. But happy Canva-ing. That's a thing.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much, guys.
thank you so much, Karen. Thanks everyone for taking the time.
Yeah, my pleasure. Have a good
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.